this Bill McIntosh phenomenon. Let's see what people think.
Bill McIntosh?
Oh yes, his AI knowledge is almost as powerful as my magic spells.
Bill McIntosh? His traffic strategies are used across 17 galaxies. Even Martians watch his show. Captain McIntosh's traffic secrets help me navigate the digital seas perfectly. His show be pure treasure, mate. Bill McIntosh's AI insights fuel my experiments. His live stream is pure scientific genius.
Sir William McIntosh's online business strategies help me modernize my kingdom. I never miss his weekly show.
As you can see, Bill McIntosh's influence reaches everyone from wizards to scientists. His weekly show has become a cultural phenomenon.
It's time for the Bill McIntosh Show.
Hey, 'tis I, Sir William. So hello out there. Do me a huge favor. Let's confirm that we are live and that the audience is here. We have subscriber-only chat turned on YouTube. We're also broadcasting on a few other places like X. So thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, and in the chat, you're going to, on YouTube, you will need to be a subscriber. Once you've subscribed, it takes about a minute to be able to chat there with everybody hanging out with in our chat room. But go ahead and give me a big, warm, excited hello in the chat right now. And by the way, let me know where in the world you are at. So where are you in the world? And if you're new to the show, maybe you haven't been on one of our live shows here on YouTube before, let me know with an I'm new shout out in the chat. Just say, I'm new. I'd love to see everybody who is a first timer here to the show. And otherwise, yeah, definitely let us know that you see me, you hear me, give me a big warm hello, and tell me where in the world you are at. Producer Nick, do some shout outs.
Yep. We've got Pete. Pete's been here for dozens and dozens and dozens of shows. He shows up all the time. Good to see you, Pete. We've got Ken Wilcox. He's from Michigan. Good to see you. We've got Relaxation Station from Las Vegas. I feel like I remember that name. I feel like you've been in some of our shows. Good to have you. Cool.
All right. Well, everybody's quiet out there. So does no one else actually hear me? Do me a favor and definitely give us a hello. At least say hello in there. Don't be shy. So we're going to be using the chat panel to help you out throughout today's show. And of course, this show is targeted for those who want to build or grow your businesses using modern technology. So, for example, the cutting edge, the latest techniques in marketing and social media to be able to get attention, get subscribers, and get money coming in the door. And then, of course, also those of you who are trying to get your very first business going, we're going to be talking about how you can use AI to do that today. So we're going to be talking a bit about the subject that's called vibe coding. So who here, give me a yes or a not yet in the chat. Do you know what vibe coding is? I want to see amongst our audience if you're really clear on what that is. If you're not quite sure, give me a not yet in the chat. And please don't be shy. Definitely talk back to us. It helps inspire me throughout today's show because I'm going to be showing you 3 ways to use a vibe coding to launch a business. And we're going to be using our very own Buildy AI to do it. So we'll have some live demonstrations and some fantastic training to help you out and give you 3 of the best ways that you can use this strategy in order to generate some money. Or if you've never had a business before, you want to start from scratch, you are at an amazing time in all of human history. I will show you today how you can go from just purely the desire to want to have a brand new business to having one launched and ready to have money coming in the door within an hour. And you don't need to know any technology. You could be completely untechnical. You could be terrified of technology and still make this work. Nick, what's everybody's sentiment out there? Who's familiar with vibe coding? Who's not? What does it look like?
Yeah, Ken says not yet. Relaxation Station says not yet. And then Info the Fray says, yes, I am familiar. Wanda says, yes, I am familiar. And then Pete says he bought a course on vibe coding.
Fantastic. Thank you for answering that, by the way. And so vibe coding, to quickly define it for everyone, is using AI coding tools. And there are a lot of them out there. So there's a tool, for example, that tends to be a little bit more targeted towards people who are technical and are software developers, called Cursor, as an example. There's another one called Claude Code. All the companies have their own version. ChatGPT, OpenAI, they have their own version. And there are all these tools that allow you to use AI to code. And then there are some that are targeted more towards mainstream business. You've probably heard of some of them, Replit, Lovable, and others. And what I have found is that they're all great at writing code, right? That's what they call it, vibe coding. It's sort of like, just kind of going with the vibe and talking to the AI in plain language. But they're great at writing code, and they're great for someone who has at least a little bit of technical skills. But for those of us who are not programmers and want to be able to launch our products without needing to know technology, and maybe you aren't interested in writing code, right? I think a lot of people will think about that technology and they're like, well, what good does it do me? I don't want to write code, so why do I want to do vibe coding? So today I'm going to show you a platform that you don't need to know an ounce of technology. You don't need to know about how things get hosted on the internet, how servers work, how databases work, how email works, how coding works. You don't need to know any of this stuff, and you can deploy and launch your first business, in some cases in minutes. And I will show you 3 really powerful ways to get a business launched and get money coming in with this brand new, exciting technology. And what a time to be alive, where you can go from just having a spark of an idea. This happens with me. I have a bright idea for I would love to make an app that does, whatever. For example, the other day, I was thinking about, how our family, when we talk about going out to dinner, right? So, and of course, getting a consensus of where we're going to go to eat. We have 5 different opinions. Some people want to go to one place, some people want to go to another. Some people definitely don't want to go somewhere. And so, you know what? I decided, I'm going to make an app that lets a group of people vote on where to go eat. And I built it, and it's pretty darn cool. But I went from that simple idea of a problem that is very frustrating in my life to a solution and a launched business. And I did it in under 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And that'll be our big topic. And then, of course, after I deliver the training on today's segment, we're going to then kick it to your questions. So whether it's about vibe coding, whether it's about our Buildy AI platform, or anything else, I am here to help you succeed. And if you're not familiar with me, I have been teaching online entrepreneurship for quite a long time. And I myself have been building and growing successful businesses for over 25 years. We've generated over $100 million in revenue across my different businesses. And now it's my turn to help you with the same exact thing. That's what this show is all about. So I can help you with getting traffic. I can help you with optimizing your website to make more sales. I can help you with starting your very first business, picking your niche market, any topic related to from starting with an idea to deploying it and getting profit coming in and scaling up and having a big business. I can help you with it. And that's what this show is all about. And so definitely chat with us in the chat room. And you'll notice that it is subscriber only chat. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you want to do that now. It takes about a minute, and then it will unlock the chat so you can hang out with us. And those of you here who are fans of the show and are excited about today's episode, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button that you see down there. And make sure that we let YouTube know to spread the word. Or if you're out on X or wherever else you're watching me at, hit that thumbs up button so we can try to bring a bigger audience here on the show and get more people watching and hanging out with us here. The more people in the chat, the more fun it gets. So help me out there. And with that, I think we're going to move into today's show. We're going to take a very quick commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment. But Nick, I don't know, what's a short commercial we can play?
You always ask this, and I always forget. I think
I know we have I think there's a short ingeniosity one. We could go with that.
I think it's the one I made in Runway. Let me cue that up.
All right.
Your first business doesn't have to be complicated. That's because we're at the start of the AI revolution. Before, it could take months to launch a profitable business and start cash flowing. Now you can do it in as little as one weekend. History is littered with people who've built empires by seizing the moment. They jumped in at ground zero before the door slammed shut. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin in 2011. You'd be set for life. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, says, "We're at the dawn of a golden age of AI, and we've only begun to scratch the surface." Bezos made his billions riding the internet wave early. Now it's your turn to ride the AI tsunami to the bank. Thousands are about to cash in big time thanks to AI. But the burning question is, will you be one of them? Or will you be left in the dust? If you don't want to be left in the dust, then sign up for the Ingeniosity newsletter, where every week I'll hand you carefully researched blueprints that will help take your business from idea to income fast. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to level up, each blueprint is designed to cut through the noise and deliver actionable steps you can implement immediately, and I would know. Because I've been able to generate over $100 million in total revenue across my online businesses over the years. You'll get my hard-won $100 million insights delivered to your inbox every Friday. And the best part? It's 100% free. Join over 5,000 other founders and business builders and get your roadmap to unstoppable growth with the help of AI. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe.
And I'm back. All right. So we have a little YouTube ad break going on. So some of you might be watching YouTube ads. And of course, those of you on X, I don't know if you're seeing any ads at all, but we'll be getting started here on today's content. Now, for those of you who don't know, I record these segments so that we can reuse the content in my courses and trainings, and sometimes to spread around on social media or make nice videos out of. So I am recording this, and I'm gonna start with the hook. It's called the hook, which is the very first intro to the video. I'll record the hook using my teleprompter, and then the training portion of the broadcast I'll be doing interactively with you. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do some stuff together, but the first part is for me to record the hook and the intro. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way through the segment of training, and then I'm going to open up to Q&A. So just so you know, I am here live. You might hear me doing retakes. You might hear me make notes for my editor. Don't worry, I am here live, and I'll be kicking it back to chat as soon as I finish the segment. We probably got about a good chunk of training that I'm going to get through. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes of training, and then we're going to dive in, and I'm going to help you out with it. That is our agenda. And Nick, any reason we cannot get started?
No, let's get into it, and then feel free. I'm here if you need me to help or jump in. So just call on me if you need me.
Yeah, I think when we get into the deck and start talking about some of the case studies and stuff, I think I'd like to have you pop in and help me out with that. That would be great.
You got it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, then we shall get started, and here we go. Come on, teleprompter's being weird. Here we go. If you have no idea how to code, but you would like AI to actually put money in your bank account in the next 90 days, then watch this video right here to the very end, because in the video, I will be showing you how to find, okay, I already flubbed that one. Take two. Because in this video, I will show you 3 of the best ways to make money right now using vibe coding. And if you're a complete beginner and you don't have any idea where to start, this will be perfect for you. Even if you have no audience, no product, no tech skills, and you're starting from nothing. You're going to see me build a real app from scratch in real time. I will show you people right now, by the way, who are also doing this, generating $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, even $55,000 a month using nothing but simple AI tools like the one I'm going to teach you how to use today. And then once we get through that, I'm going to give you the number 1 strategy that I honestly think is the easiest one for a complete beginner to start with today. And by the end of the video, you're going to know exactly how you can cash in with vibe coding with real copy and paste prompts that you can steal from me. And if you're not familiar with vibe coding, it's a whole entire new suite of tools that are out there that help you build websites and apps, sales funnels, stores, and just about anything you can imagine that lives on the internet. It's a way for people who are not programmers, you're not software engineers, and it lets you create amazing things. And I'm going to show you the number 1 tool designed for those who are non-technical who want to launch businesses. So stay tuned. I'll show you exactly what it is and how to use it. And all of this, by the way, is coming from someone who's built and helped small businesses for the last 15 years. And I've been doing it myself on the internet for over 25 years. And I've been lucky enough to generate over $100 million in results. So I've been through the school of hard knocks. I know how to do it. And now it's my turn to help you out. So if you're serious about not getting left behind in this new AI revolution, then stick with me all the way to the end. And before we get started, I do want to say, what I'm going to show you is extraordinary. It is amazing. I'm going to show you some case studies. We're going to talk about my results. And we're going to talk about money, as you heard earlier in this video. But I want to make it abundantly clear that I cannot promise you any specific results for yourself. Your results will vary. You could make as much or more than me or the other case studies I'm going to show you, but you could also make nothing at all or even lose money. Ultimately, little retake here, note for editor. Ultimately, it is what you do with the information and what, take 3. Ultimately, it's what you do with this information that will determine your future. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, there we go. That hook gonna work? A little editing there, but.
I think so, yeah.
All right, cool. Audience, are you excited about that? Hopefully that hook made you a little intrigued about what we're going to cover today. And I think let's just get started. And I think we'll do it. I'm trying to decide which way to do that here. I guess we'll pull you off while I get started, and then I'll bring you on afterwards.
Sounds good.
Okay, now I got to add my screen share. Let's go over here. There we go. Or maybe I'll do it. Why do they want to do that? I got to remove that. There we go. It's acting wacky today. All right. So as I said, we're going to dive into the 3 best ways, in my opinion, of how you can use vibe coding to launch a business and make some money. And you'll notice there, look at a slide deck with a bunch of information. I'll tell you a little bit later how you get that. But let's just get right into this. We're going to count down, by the way, from idea number 3 down to number 1, my number 1 favorite. But we're starting with number 3, as you can see here. That is the idea of building what's called micro apps. And let's do, keep fiddling with this. It's a new layout for us here since we're doing, and I guess we'll go with, sorry for me fiddling around here, but some new tools in our StreamYard since we're streaming on vertical and horizontal today. So I guess I'll just do that. Okay. So, all right. Idea number 3, we're going to be building micro apps. And a micro app is a tiny, laser-focused piece of software. And I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, he's talking about coding and software, and this sounds overwhelming and confusing. I couldn't possibly do that. Let me tell you, when you finish watching this training, I promise you, even if you know nothing about coding, and as long as you if you have enough skills to send emails, if you can open up, Gmail and send an email, then you have the skills that it takes to create web-based software. And keep watching, I'll prove it to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to find and create a micro app. We're going to find and we're going to make an app that helps solve one specific problem for one specific group of people. And it's tightly focused. We don't want to make a giant software app that does tons of different things. We want to do one thing, solve one problem for one group of highly specialized people. And it does one thing really well. That's what we're going to be building. And you'll see how it works as we continue. This is not full-blown software. This is not like we're building like a giant, customer relationship management tool or a big e-commerce platform. Instead, it's a tool that solves a specific problem for a specific audience. Okay. And then instead of it taking hours and hours or weeks to make, you can make it in a sitting. You can sit down and build one of these. If we use the tool I'm going to show you today, which is Buildy AI, that's buildy.ai, you can set them up, run them, and it costs next to nothing to do this, and you can do it in just a few minutes, okay? Now, here's an example. We're going to build a micro app together. So I've got this prompt here, which, by the way, if you want this prompt, I'm going to give this to you, so you don't have to try to screen capture all that gigantic prompt. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. I will give you that prompt. I'll explain how to get that in just a little bit. But this is the prompt that we're going to use, and it's going to build a mental health mood tracker, which tracks mental well-being, anxiety, or stress levels throughout the day. Okay? Again, one specific task to help one specific type of person with one specific problem. So let's come here. We're going to grab this whole prompt, and then we're going to copy it. And you can modify this prompt, by the way, to fit different niche markets, solve different problems. And if you like to build something kind of like this, you can come in here and start with our prompt and tweak it. So let's go over. Here, stand by, everyone, while I go log into Buildy. I've been in our test version of Buildy today, so let me make sure I'm in the right one. I am, and I'll come back. Here we go. All right, and now that we've gone to buildy.ai, we're going to just paste this in here, and we're going to submit it. It's literally that simple. Now, if you want, you're going to get a copy of this prompt. You'll be able to modify it, or I'm going to show you a little bit later a step-by-step process that will create these prompts for you. So it'll make prompts for you. It'll help you build software on just about any topic, any kind of app you can imagine, and you just step through. It's a little quiz, a little wizard. You just go step by step, and at the end, it pops out your prompt, and away your business goes. So I'll show you that in just a little bit, but we're going to do it the old-fashioned way here by manually putting in a prompt. So stick around to watch the quiz that turns a business to life in front of your eyes. But you can see here, it is now building the app, and we're going to come back to it in a minute. This process can take, 3 to 5 minutes to pop out the app. So what we'll do is while that's building, I'm going to continue on and go back to our presentation, and we'll come back and see that in just a moment. So while that's building, let's talk about some real life examples here. And the show's own producer, Nick, helped find these case studies. So I'd like to bring him on camera here, and let's talk about the case studies that you found, Nick.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I can see here we have Chat IQ. So they have got up to $2,000 a month. And it's just a customer support chatbot, right?
That's it. Yeah. All these examples, by the way, are completely vibe coded, and I included in the deck. When you go and get it, you'll get links to actually read the stories where I sourced these case studies from.
So you can build this app that you see right here in Buildy. especially if you, in a minute, I'm going to show you a special link that you can go to have Buildy create an app like this. And you just go through the little quiz and answer the questions, and it will pop out a whole business for you. So if you don't even want to learn how to write prompts, we got you covered there too. Okay, let's move on. So I noticed you have another example here. This is Trend Feed. So tell us about this one.
Yeah, another one that's completely vibe coded. Sorry, some work for our editor. Yeah, that's another one that's completely vibe coded. All it does is it helps you find trending content in your niche to help you make content for short form media.
Awesome. And made with vibe coding. Pretty cool.
Yep.
And they're doing $10,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
And then we got, let's see, those sound very similar.
They are very similar.
So we got Trend Feed and wait a minute. Is this also Trend Feed? I'm confused.
Oh, did I mess it up? Go back up. Scroll up. Oh, that's odd. Another product named Trend Feed, I suppose. Yeah.
All right. So there you go. You don't even have to have an original name. You can have the exact same name. It's really funny.
Another product called Trend Feed. This one's different. This one's cool. I could imagine myself using this. It scans the internet for trendy articles and finds the best ones you could convert into short form content. So there's a lot of short form content that does really well. That's just people reading the news, just curating news stories. And so this one finds those news stories that you can read on short form media. And
oh wow!
In one day,
almost 6,000. Well, that's pounds. It's almost 6,000 pounds the first day it launched. That's amazing.
Yeah, and also vibe coded.
Creator Buddy. So this is $300,000 in annual recurring revenue. That's what that means. That is incredibly impressive. So it's a tool that helps you write posts on X or Twitter, whichever you want to call it. And that's it. That's all it does.
Yeah.
There you go. Create banger content in one click. And that's all it does. And it is quite a revenue generator, though. So that is, that is amazing income for anyone, no matter where you're at in the world. And we got a few more. Here's Rank Pill. So this is a tool that helps people rank on ChatGPT. It makes $1,408 a day. Anything you want to tell us about this one?
Yeah, he talks pretty frequently about this product and on this guy Modest McIntosh on X, and he shares about how he 100% vibe coded this tool, and it's pulling $1,400 days. So that's pretty cool.
Fantastic. Which, by the way, I do want to let you know that every one of these case studies is linked to a more comprehensive, case study. If you want to learn more about how they built their business and, how it scaled up and more details about how they vibe coded it, every one of them is loaded with links here. And this is available to everyone who is a subscriber to our Ingeniosity newsletter. So we'll drop a link down below the video here, and we'll drop one in the comments as well. All you need to do is become a subscriber to the Ingeniosity newsletter, and you'll be able to get this playbook. The very playbook you see up there, you can download it for yourself to get my prompts, to get all of the links to the case studies, and everything you need to be able to apply what we're talking about today to your business. And again, just head to those links that you see in the down in the description or in the comments below, and that is how you get that. And cool. So before we move on, I want to go back. Let's take a look. And it seems I think Bill.
Here, I'll take myself off the studio and then call me back on when you're ready.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm having to talk to Buildy to tell it to continue. It's asking me questions, and I didn't realize I need to prompt it to keep going. So we'll give it a moment here while it figures this out. Okay. Okay, it's going to go again. So we're going to do this slightly out of order. So this will make it fun for our editor to work on. But we'll come back here. So I'm going to come back to our example while we let Buildy do its thing. So it's continued to go. So I've prompted it to keep going, and it will finish this and spit it out there in a moment. But so we're going to continue on in the presentation, and then so note for editor, you can clean all of this up. The demo I'm going to show, you'll have to edit it and stitch it in here, and then put it back in order. Okay, cool. Then let's continue on. All right. So these are all micro apps that we're talking about here, and I'll give you a chance to get the prompt and all of that. But I would like to know if you would be interested in learning more about this. Would you like a deep dive into launching a micro app business, from deciding who it should be targeted to creating it so it has all the best features, to making sure that it has the best sales, copy, and everything is written to help you get as many customers as possible? And then how do you actually launch it and get your first customers in the door? If you'd like a deep dive on doing these micro apps to be able to launch a brand new business, let me know in the comments below. Just drop it into the comments and let me know if that's something that you are interested in. And if it is, then we will cover that. Cool. Now, moving on to number 2. This is my second favorite way to use vibe coding. And this is to start a vibe coding agency. You're going to be hearing a lot about this from me, by the way, going into the future. We are about to work very hard to help a select group of people start their own vibe coding agency. So this is something that I just love. In fact, I just coached someone. I talked to them yesterday, and they already closed their first deal doing, as an agency, actually vibe coding for small businesses. And again, you'll hear a lot more about this, but I am now coaching people and helping them launch their own vibe coding agency. So I love this one so much that I'm now helping a lot of people do this using our own Buildy AI software. So what is a vibe coding agency in the first place? Think of it like a service business. And you're going to help your clients, which are going to be businesses of all different varieties, and you're going to help them by using vibe coding tools to build them solutions. And now, this may sound complicated, but I want you to understand that what I'm talking about here is not you needing to know how to code. You do not need to know anything technical. We are in an amazing time in the world where you, with no technical knowledge, can build your clients a complete website in minutes. And it's beautiful, and it's exactly what they want. You can create voice agents for them that will answer their telephone, transfer calls, be like a virtual receptionist. You can create voice agents that live on their website and help answer customers' questions. You can create outbound calling bots that will call their leads and get them scheduled for appointments. There's so many things that we can do using these tools, not to mention sales funnels and shops and all these different options of things that you can build using Buildy AI. And what you'll be doing is it's a service business. So the business owners, they don't know about vibe coding. They don't understand any of this stuff. But now that you know about Buildy AI and you see how you can just quickly go and talk to it to get this built, you can go to a local business. And as an example, the person I'm talking about who closed their first deal yesterday, so I talked to them in the morning, they hit the street, and they closed their first deal the very first day. Then he just went to today and collected his check. So he got paid by check. He got $750 to build a website for this company. And let me tell you, it took him less than 5 minutes. So less than 5 minutes of time, and he built a complete website for the company that they loved and gave him $750 for. Pretty awesome, right? So that's what we're talking about here. And let's go back into the presentation. Now, an agency can build a lot of different things, and you can charge a premium price. Pricing is up to you ultimately on what you want to charge. If you want to charge monthly, a big lump sum payment, or a combination of both, which is what the person I taught yesterday is doing. Now, there are agencies out there, I'll tell you right now, that are charging for AI services, and they're charging tens of thousands of dollars for things like voice agents and different sort of apps and tools, all things that you can build on buildy.ai. And I'm going to show you an example of one of these in just a second. Okay. So let's say you wanted to build an agency that builds websites for dentists. Okay. You can find clinics that are willing to pay you hundreds of dollars a site. Some of them might even pay you thousands. And then you use Buildy, and you can build their site for them in a matter of minutes. Okay. Now here's an example. This is an actual prompt that is being used to build a site for Omni Dental Care. Okay. So I don't know a lot about this case study. So Nick, I don't know if you want to.
No. That's not a case study. I found a real life dentist, Omnia Dental Care. They're a real dentist. If you go to their website, they maybe want to share on the screen. It could do better.
Okay.
So this is a real life example of something you could do. I tested the prompt myself on my own instance, and it built a website I think looked really nice. So I made that prompt. You plug it in, and it builds their new website for them. And then while you're waiting for it to build, I have two case studies for you to show. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, we have some special techniques that will also have Buildy like extract all the information on the web about a company and build the site that way too. But this one looks like you are doing part of that. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to take this company
while you do that.
Yeah, and then we'll take the prompt. And again, this prompt will be available for those of you who want to use it. It'll be in the deck. Everyone who is a subscriber of Ingeniosity will get a copy of this prompt. And then let's go over to Buildy. And let's see, Buildy is temperamental today. All right. We are right in the middle of a huge round of testing, actually. We have a new version of Buildy coming online in the morning, and we're testing behind the scenes. So let's see if I can get it to behave this time. So note for editor, we're now a little bit out of sync because I'm making the site for the first prompt while also making the site for the second prompt. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to take the prompt that Nick put together, and we're going to submit it and get it building. And so in just a moment, Buildy will acknowledge the prompt that we're using, and it'll tell us a little bit about what it's going to build, and it'll start building. So while it's building, let's look at some examples, right? So here is a vibe coding agency that's making $55,000 a month selling AI to car dealerships. Pretty crazy. So this is Aaron, and he went from a retail night shift worker with no tech skills to running his own AI agency that does about $55,000 a month. And so he's using a combination of tools to find leads, and then he gets in touch with them and closes deals. And here's someone making $100,000 a month. Okay, this is a complete agency. 20-year-old guy, is not a software developer, and he's using vibe coding tools and AI to launch this agency and doing $100,000 a month. Okay. He's using AI to vibe code websites and software for businesses, and they pay him thousands of dollars a pop to do that. Okay. And I want to remind you, if you want to read these case studies and learn more about how they did it, grab your playbook. Link is down in the comments and in the description below. Download the playbook. You'll get the prompts. You'll get the case studies, all the links, and the resources that we're about to share with you. I've got some bonuses coming up in a moment. And you can head on over to that link and grab your copy of this playbook. Okay. Let me just check in on Buildy here one moment while I do that. Okay, both projects are still underway. So we will continue. Here we go. Idea number one. This is my favorite for brand new beginners. If you have not launched a business before and you're looking for a way to launch your first business and get some revenue coming in quickly, this is the best one to pick. And idea number one is using affiliate marketing combined with vibe coding. And if you're not familiar with affiliate marketing, it's really simple. There are millions of products on the internet and lots and lots of companies that will give you a special link and you can promote it, right, for products or services. And when someone buys through your special link, you get paid a commission. Now, this is cool because you don't have to worry about creating a product, supporting a product, dealing with refunds and credit cards and all the stuff that goes with being a product owner. You don't have to worry about any of it. All you have to do is get attention and get people to look at those affiliate links that you get and click them. And when they buy, you make money. It's the simplest model to get started if you're not experienced and you want to get some income coming in quickly. The reason I like it for beginners is because it is the simplest. It is the simplest model, has the least amount of effort and different moving parts, so to speak, in the business. And it's something that I think just about anyone can make successful. So now most people do affiliate marketing the hard way, right? They might create a blog and do a lot of blogging. They might create a YouTube channel like I have, and that takes literally years of work to build it up. Or maybe they use Instagram or TikTok. These are all great ways, by the way, of getting an audience and driving traffic. But it can be hard, right? So vibe coding will flip this all on its head. So instead of posting content and putting a lot of work in, hoping people click on your links, what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to build these little money machines. They're little tools, micro tools, quizzes, calculators, and things like this. And I'll show you an example in a moment. I love this because you can be really helpful. You can put together a little quiz and AI will build it for you. The AI will even create the quiz questions for you. And then an example of it might be, are you concerned about your health? Take this quick quiz and find out, where you can improve in your health, right? And then they take the quiz. And then at the end, it presents them with an affiliate link to go buy a product to help them with whatever health issue came up on the quiz. So if they're concerned about heart health, it'll pop up a link to a supplement to go help them with heart health. If they were concerned about not having enough muscles, they'll send them to a fitness product and you get paid a commission on all of the links that the AI will put out there. And I'll show you an example of this. It'll all make sense as we keep going, okay? So here's how it goes step by step. We pick a niche in any product you want to promote. We could be talking about credit cards, software, supplements, gym gear, business tools, cameras. It really doesn't matter. It could be any of these things. Anywhere that there's a product out there that has an affiliate link. And even Amazon has an affiliate program, by the way. It's called the Associates Program. So you can sign up for the Amazon Associates Program, and you can actually do this with Amazon products. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use Buildy.ai to make one of these little micro apps, like we talked about before, and it's going to be in the form of a quiz. So an example might be, find the best X for you, right? So it might be like, find the best supplements for heart health, could be an example. Or find the best, courses on how to do social media marketing or whatever. And then they answer a quick quiz and it's going to give them the links using your affiliate links. It could be a calculator. How much money could you save with particular products? Could be a directory, best tools. So they can answer a quiz question and the app will recommend what tools they should use. Now, the point here is you want your app to be useful. You don't want to make something that's just kind of pointless. The app is actually useful, whether or not they buy the stuff on the affiliate links or not. That's the key here. And then all we do is we tell the AI agent, when we talk to Buildy, we say, hey, here are my affiliate links. Promote these at the end to anybody that are a good match for them. And then the AI will figure out who matches which products and it will automatically promote them for you. And then we drive traffic. And there's a lot of ways to get traffic to your survey, anything from YouTube Shorts to TikTok to Instagram Reels, search engines for long-term strategies, or ads. If you're comfortable with doing paid advertising, that's another way. There are literally 100 different ways to get traffic to a quiz like this. Okay, so let's do an example. We're going to do something in the sleep/mattress niche. Okay, so we could build an app called the Mattress Matchmaker, right? So it's a quiz that will help you find the best mattress for your body, your sleep style, and your budget. Okay, and the flow can be simple, 5 to 7 simple questions, right? And by the way, you don't have to think up the questions. The AI does that for you. But here are some examples. And then based on how they answer, the app is going to recommend the right mattress using your affiliate link. So if somebody buys a mattress through your recommendation, you get paid. Okay. Now, here's a real life example. Okay. So this is Hustle Buddy. And this is by Tom Blake. He put this together over a weekend, actually vibe coding this. So didn't write code. He used tools like Build the AI. And all it is a searchable directory. So it's all these different side hustles that you can do to earn income. And so he made it so that it's searchable to help people find the right side hustles, and it's loaded up with affiliate links. So it took him just a couple of days to make his first affiliate commission. And he's building a list, by the way, so he's getting people to opt in. And he's working right now to get it up to $1,000 to $2,000 a month, purely in commissions. So he pockets that, by the way. So this is the other cool thing about affiliate marketing. If you make $1,000 or $2,000 a month in commissions, you don't have expenses to fulfill your products. There's no cost to you to do that. So you put that money in your pocket and you get to go spend it. Pretty cool. So by the way, let me know in the comments. Again, drop in the comments below and let me know if you would like a deep dive on this strategy. Would you like to learn more about how to combine vibe coding with affiliate marketing in a mashup that can make money for a beginner entrepreneur? If you're interested in that, drop in the comments and vote. So I would like to know which of these things you're interested in. So earlier I asked if you wanted to learn about micro vibe coding apps and how to launch and scale those. And then now I'd like to know if you're interested in affiliate marketing plus vibe coding. Same thing. I can do a deep dive on how to build it and launch it and scale it. Just drop in the comments and let me know if that's something that is interesting. If there's enough votes and enough people in the community want it, then we will do it. Okay, cool. I am going to check on something real quick.
Remember the dentist build.
Yeah, I got the dentist one. And I'm trying to sort something out on the first app. I don't know why it is acting up. Okay, so we'll do the dentist one. So let's go back here. So over here, here's a preview of the app that was made for the dentist. And you can see it actually filled in real world information about the dentist, where they're from, phone number, how to book an appointment, their reviews, some great information about the dentist, the services they have. These are actual reviews that came off of their site or their Yelp or Google pages. And here it shows their 2 different locations. And then here a form to request an appointment. So all of this was made with that one prompt that got popped out there. And so what we do is we then go and offer this to that local business and see if they want the site that we created for them. And you would be shocked, by the way. The stat on this is that I think it's 27% of businesses do not have a website. This is of small businesses, right? Like local physical businesses. 27% of them, that's just a little more than 1 out of every 4 does not have a website. So now you come in to save the day. You're like, hey, check this out. Bring your phone in, have the website on your phone and say, hey, check this out. I built you a site. Would you like to see it? Right? How cool is that? It's not the old way of doing things where you have to like high pressure sales and trick the office gatekeeper to try to get through to the owner and to arm wrestle the owner into letting you pitch him or her on building a website, right? That's kind of the old way of doing it. So now we build the site in advance, and then we come in and go, hey, look, here's your site. Do you want it? Totally different experience. As I said earlier, the person that I coached yesterday had their first sale the same day I coached them. They went out and landed their first $750 deal. Which you'll be hearing more about this, by the way. We're going to be doing a webinar next week about that. You can learn all about what happened. We're going to do a deep dive. I'll tell you all the ins and outs of that. And we're helping a lot more people launch and start their own AI agencies coming up soon. But there we go. So that was the dental one. Let me see if I coached Billy into actually finishing the other app. Okay, I think I actually finally got it to finish the other app. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So here is Moodflow, the app that was spit out right here. So this is mobile optimized, makes it really easy to use on mobile. And then what do you want to focus on? So we can come in here and say whether we want to focus on general mood, anxiety, or stress. I'm going to pick stress. How often do you want to be reminded to track your well-being? And so we could say twice daily, complete setup. And then here's an example. So it's now going to reach out and ping us and ask us to check in and let's track our mental health, right? So we can say, how are you feeling right now? I'm feeling energized. How intense is this feeling? Let's jack it up to an 8. Any notes? Yeah, I'll say, I'm live on air having a great time. Okay. And then we can save it. We save the mood. Boom. And so it tracks your mood twice a day, lets you make notes so you can track what influences your mood. And it also gives you a tracker here of your history. So we can see here, it actually made, this is an example of what the timeline might look like. So it'll show you how you felt throughout the week, as well as having a graph to track that and some insights. So it will use AI to give you insights on your progress and making suggestions about how to improve your mood and overall mental health. So that's pretty darn cool. So all of that from the copy and paste prompt that I put in the deck that you can get. So let's go back here and we're going to wrap up. I want to remind you that where you go to build these is buildy.ai. And I have a special secret link that makes this so darn easy. So instead of going, if you've never used Buildy before, I would recommend go to buildy.ai/ this is a world breaking news. I'm going to edit it right here, /quiz. Go to buildy.ai/quiz. And you actually can go through your own quiz. And when you answer the quiz, it will pop out a website. So it's going to help you, even if you have no idea. So if you can't see that, let me zoom in on that. If you have no idea where to start when it comes to building one of these apps, click there and it will walk you through who should you build this for? What should you build? What features should it have? Do you need a website, a sales funnel? Do you need a store? Do you need to make an app, a micro app? It will walk you through with a simple series of quiz questions, right? And then it will build that app for you without you knowing any code, and you don't even need an idea. You just have the desire to want to launch a business, and you start the quiz and you come out the other end, right? So you can say right here, like, I'm not sure yet, help me decide. So just answer the questions, go through the quiz, and AI will help you figure out what to build, and it will help you launch your very first business online in minutes. It's really quite amazing. So there we go. That is our special link of the day. Let's turn this gold because it is gold. There we go. And you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to design anything. In fact, I'm colorblind and I can make beautiful designs with Buildy AI. I don't know how to design. I don't know how to code, and Buildy does all of that for me. You don't need to be technical at all. All you need is an idea. And now with the quiz link, you don't even need that. You just need the desire to succeed, and that's it. And Buildy takes care of the rest. So go check out buildy.ai/quiz. And by the way, if you got value from this lesson today, hit that thumbs up button that you see down below, and also drop those comments in. Vote on what you want me to cover in our next training session. Now, I'm going to do a deep dive. I'm going to cover one topic in depth, but it's all up to you to vote and tell me which one you want. And so, yeah, do all the things on social media, share, like, subscribe. I would love to have you be followers of the channel. And with that on mind, hope to see you next time. Bye for now. All right. Segment wrap. Did I miss anything, Nick? I did do the 2 demos finally. And I'm not going anywhere, audience. I'm coming right back to answer your questions. So don't worry about that. But is that good? We got a good one for the recording?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, audience. Then let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's see. I guess we'll do another ingeniosity. So what we're going to do is I'd love everyone here to pop your questions in about what I just covered. Pop them into the chat now. We're going to be right back, and I'm going to answer all of your questions. And yeah, we'll do that live in just a moment, and we're going to help you out. And I got a little more content for you. I'm actually going to go through that quiz that you just saw. We're going to walk through it, and I'll show you how to use that quiz to maximize your results. So we're going to do that. And I have a special little announcement for everybody else as well. And we'll get to all that in just a moment. But you pick something, Nick. Pick whichever ingeniosity one you want to pick. Go ahead and hit it. We'll be right back after this.
All right.
Send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more. Free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works, what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday, you will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there.
You are muted.
I like talking to myself. All right. So most of you are back. Some of you are seeing YouTube videos. Okay, hold on one second here.
Oh, I forgot about that. It's been a while.
Yeah, well, I should have been more subtle before but yeah, so we're going to do Q&A. It is time for questions. And so if you have any questions about vibe coding, about Build the AI, or anything else, we're going to do a round of questions. And then I've got some more content for you, including best practices on how to use that quiz to get a great business to pop out by just answering questions. So we're going to cover all of that and some more stuff I would like to show you. I'm going to show you a little bit inside Buildy and some best practices on how to use it, and a lot more still coming up. But we'll do your questions first. But this one is perfect. So I have a question for you, Nick.
Okay, what's your question?
I mean, I swear this was random. Like I really swear I did not choose this. Why does Santa Claus go down the chimney?
Why?
Because it suits him.
I liked that one. Usually, I don't like the ones that come from that box, but I like that one.
Well, here, we'll put it to the test. I got one more for you.
All right.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ida.
Ida who?
Actually, I think it's pronounced Idaho.
That might have been one of my favorite ones. That was good. I like that one.
Okay, back to business. Let's do some questions.
Yes, we have a lot of very good questions. A lot of people who are curious about Buildy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so let's see. So a great one to start us off from Claudia. She says, what AI tool do I need to build an app?
So I recommend Buildy.ai, and full disclosure, little self-interest, that is our platform. So that is a business that we are launching, and it's growing like wildfire right now. It's an amazing tool, and it is designed for non-technical people. So whereas many of the vibe coding tools that are out there. There are others, but they tend to be designed for somebody who is more technical. So if your goal is to like learn how to write code, okay, those tools will be great for you. But if you just want to be able to speak in plain English and not have to deal with hosting and databases and all that nonsense, then use Build the AI. That is the best solution for a non-technical person, in my opinion. And that is, there you go. And that's just buildy.ai, as you saw earlier.
All right. This is a great question. So whose server will my app use?
We take care of all of that. So it's on our servers. So you don't have to worry about hosting at all.
Fantastic. All right. Here is just something from Pete. So he says the businesses near me, when I have offered them a website, the ones that don't have one, it's because they don't want one.
Yeah, well, here, I'll tell you that it is a whole different story when you go to them and you actually give them a completed site, right? And you may not be getting the correct sales objection. So I don't know if you're an expert in sales or not. So, but I'll just tell you from having sold lots and lots of stuff, many times your person that you're talking to will give you what's called a smoke screen, and they're not giving you the actual true objection in their mind. And something different happens when you build in advance, which is what I will be teaching. And again, if you join the Ingeniosity email list, you're going to get some emails from me. I'm going to be talking a lot about this next week. We even have a webinar training plan for next Tuesday. And you're going to hear a lot from me if you join that Ingeniosity mailing list. And I'll walk you through this on why this is, but you'll find that when you do like results in advance, and again, I mean, I know this, it's not just a theory. I coached someone on it yesterday and they went and collected a check today. In fact, here, a little sneak peek. Everybody will you'll all hear about this case study if you're on my webinar next week, but let me show you. I'm sure he won't mind me showing you. We'll see if it'll show through here. So there he is collecting his first check. So I don't think that the writing.
You should say how much he got. It's a substantial amount.
$750 for something that essentially costs him nothing.
And it takes you like less than 30 minutes of work. That's pretty insane.
Yeah. Well, check this out. It gets even better because the story is continuing to unfold with that lead. So it turns out he went in and closed them on a website, right? And that's what that check is for. And then he said, oh, by the way, we can do voice agents. And the guy's like, voice agents, and they talked to him a little bit more about what voice agents are and how they can answer the phones and receive and send phone calls and talk to people on the website. And now they want that. So now they're in the middle of making a deal on voice agents. And beyond that, he also found out that the owner of the business has a second business that also doesn't have a website. And so they're working on that too. So those are closes in progress. Money not collected yet, but they collected on the first website. And and you'll hear more about this story and why it works so well if you do attend my webinar next week. Yeah. Okay, next question. Yeah.
All right. Well, I also I'm curious how many people Pete has reached out to, because it depends on your sample size. If you've only reached out to 5 local businesses, that's a different story than,
Well, it's also a much different story if you go and say, hey, you don't have a website, I want to sell you one, right? Is a way different conversation. The psychology is completely different compared to, hey, I noticed you don't have a website, so I thought I wanted to help you out, and I built one for you. Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Right? A completely different door opener, changes the whole psychology of what happens, knocks down sales resistance. It's just a whole different ballgame. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Um,
While
Great
you're
question from
looking,
Claudia.
while you're looking,
I'll
I got
let
to
you go
cram
first.
another question in for you. So we haven't done these in quite a
Okay.
while. So I got to make up for it. Are you ready?
I am.
In chat, if these annoy the heck out of you, just let me know. I'll stop doing it. But I have fun with it. So here we go. The question is, if French fries aren't cooked in France, where are they cooked?
Where?
In Greece.
These are good today. I like that.
Okay, next.
All right. Great question from Claudia. How do I earn from the app? Do people need to pay for it? There's a few ways to do it. Obviously, the most straightforward way to do it is you make an app, and yeah, you charge like $10.
Here, I'm going to
a
bring
month.
you on here. Let's
Use
bring
it.
you there. There you are.
Hi, Claudia. Yeah, the most straightforward way to do it is make an app, charge $10 a month to do it. That's not the only way to do it. What you could also do is make a free app, but in order for people to use it, you collect their email, you build an email list, and then later you sell something else to the email list. It could be an affiliate offer. You could sell a course to them, or you could. We just talked about agencies. You could do an agency. So that's another way to do it. This is an entire subject, and I'm kind of thinking maybe we should do, because we get this question a lot. Okay, I built this cool, I bytecoded this cool app inside of Buildy, but like I want to make money now. So how do I make money with this thing? And we should just do an entire monetization masterclass. We just like a 20-30 minute video, all the ways you could. I mean, we kind of just did that.
Oh, how to monetize a vibe coded app? Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, because there's probably like 4 or 5 main angles, like main plays you could make when it comes to actually monetizing this thing.
Yeah.
And
Would you guys be interested?
not,
I want to let's ask in the chat. Would you guys be interested in that? How to monetize an app you vibe coded? You know, like you've seen me making quizzes and calculators and all kinds of different tools. A lot of them are small, some of them are big and comprehensive. But how do you actually get money from them? We could do a training just tightly focused on only that. If there's enough interest in that. And some of you may be like, oh, I already know that. Don't worry about it. You can also vote. If you don't want me to do that training, then let me know too. Would love to, I love to get the feedback. It helps us decide what to cover next.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to, real quick, I need to check something. All right. This is a question from Shelly, who's like one of our Buildy power users. She's actually number 5 on our school leaderboard. So she's in the Buildy inner circle, I would say.
Yeah, which by the way, anybody want an invite into our school community? We got a couple of our, actually there's a few of our people in there that have a ton of experience using Buildy, who are very vocal and active and very helpful in our school community, helping people out. And it's free. You don't have to pay for it. If you, who wants the invite? Anybody want to? Oh, Nick, you beat me to it. You put it out there. Here, let me pin that. Replace, I'll pin that. So definitely join us over in school if you'd like to get more help with things like monetizing your apps or questions about the best kind of apps to build or anything at all. The school community you'll find is very, very helpful. And that link will get you an invite into our free community. And next question.
Yes. So anyway, this isn't a question from Shelly, but I thought this was really interesting. She says, I was late because I'm doing a Buildy build for a middleman vendor.
Oh.
I'm very curious about this, Shelly. If you're comfortable, tell us more about this in the chat. And if you don't want to share it all publicly, email me nick@buildy.ai. Email me and tell me all about it because I'm super curious. My brother Dylan, who he has a master's in AI basically, so he's helping us build Buildy. one of the things he wants to do is he wants to talk to basically our power users and see what the heck they're doing. So email me and tell me all about it. I'm very curious, and I'll share it with Dylan, and we'll talk about it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious too now. Now I want to know what you're working on.
Yeah.
There. That would, would love to hear more.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. And by the way, there's the school community. You can see that. So a couple people applying already. But as you can see here, this is the community, and there are tons of great questions being asked. A lot of people getting help with their apps, help with ideas, inspiration, motivation. It's a great place to learn how to make money vibe coding using Building. So definitely go grab your invite and join our community. That'd be awesome. I'd love to have everybody be part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Marilyn, she says, are we able to insert sample documents of legal forms and detail what we want to include to have the AI format it for us?
Maybe is the answer to that. So without knowing a lot of the details of what you're trying to do, I don't know if Buildy's the right tool for what you're trying to create. With a little more detail on, like, are you trying to do this as a service for other businesses, or you just have your own documents you're trying to format, or let me know a little bit more about the use case, and I can give you guidance. And, depending on what you're trying to do, maybe Buildy's not the right tool for you, and I'll be happy to point you to a tool that will help you. Just give us a little more context. Yeah.
Coach Cleve says, if I need to modify the website, can I do that directly, or do I need to regenerate the website?
Oh, you can modify the website. It's very easy. In fact, I'll show you. Let's.
And while Bill's doing that, Coach Cleve, I'm curious, what area do you coach in? What do you help people with? Me and Dylan, my brother, were looking at what a lot of the people are building with Buildy last weekend. Yeah, we saw a lot of coaching people making stuff for their coaching practice.
Yeah, a lot of people in fitness and other things. Yeah, it's an interesting trend.
Yeah, so I'm very curious. I want to know what kind of coach you are, and I want to give the coaches in our community some love. So maybe I could help you out and help you build something.
Yeah, so editing is pretty simple. You got two choices on how to edit, any page on your website. The simplest is the visual editor. So I can come down here and turn it on, and we're in visual editor mode. And so now I can, copy and paste and highlight things. I can edit the text here. So I'll do something really quick. Right, so I can edit right in place in the page with the visual editor. Also, let's say I want to change the color. I'm going to make it really, really crazy. I don't think that's probably the right color, but here, let's try to make it even more obnoxious. How about green? There we go. We can take this one and we can change it to bold, and let's make it purple. There we go. So now we have really defaced the design. Okay, so you can run around and just use the visual editor to edit anything. You can also, by the way, I think since I'm going to delete this design, why not save it? We'll leave the god-awful colors going. And you'll see it'll refresh, and then boom, our change has been saved. Okay. You can also make changes by talking down here. So we can come in here and we can say, let's say we want to, let's say I'm going to take this here. I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to say, I want this section to really stand out. Please make it very obvious and make it animated along with some kind of strobing effect. Okay. Here's the part I want to change. Okay. And then we're going to tell Buildy, you need to be very specific when you talk to Buildy. It's kind of like the genie that will grant your wishes, and it will grant you exactly what you ask for. So try not to use like, pronouns like, hey, change that thing, change this, change the this, like you want to be very specific with it. So we're going to paste the section in there and put quotes around it so Buildy knows exactly what I want to change. And then I'm just going to hit the button and submit it. And so now Buildy will do this. And let's see, we'll give it a moment to see what it does. And I've asked it to make this, it's probably going to make it even more gaudy than the headline. I told it to animate this and you put some effects on it and make it really stand out. So let's see what it does. And we'll give it a moment. And again, if anybody wants to use the tool, it's just buildy.ai is where you go. And then after we answer a few more questions, I'm going to show you how to use the quiz. So you can just quite literally answer a quiz questions. It's a set of some simple questions. It's not too many. And you answer the questions and it builds your business for you, even if you have no idea what kind of business you want to start, which is pretty crazy. Okay, it's doing its thing. I can see it's at work here. And usually when you talk to Buildy and it's doing AI-based coding, it does take a little bit of time. It's not instant. And it's telling us a little summary of what it did. And then it's going to save its work here in just a moment. Fingers crossed, saving changes. Boom. Okay, now, this is a great chance to show you how to debug things. Let's refresh real quick. And there we go. So it actually wrote some code, and then it has an error. So we can click Try to Fix. This is a great chance to demonstrate how Buildy debugs faulty code. So it creates, anytime it runs into any kind of an error, it will help debug it, fix it, and make it work really well. And it's busy doing that now. And while we do that, let's do another question while we wait for Buildy to do its thing.
All right. Well, lots of people who are interested in the masterclass, the monetization masterclass.
Oh, right on.
That would be a fun video. So, and that would be very helpful. A lot of people ask for that, so it'd be a good resource to show people. So we probably should do that. Let's see. Melanie says, is there a list of the types of micro apps that Buildy can build? I should make one. You know what, actually? I built this tool. I'm gonna drop a link to the website in the chat. I built this tool. I call the concept atomic problems. Basically just a very tiny problem that you can solve with a app you make with Buildy. Go to that link, follow the step-by-step process I have in that link, and that is one way you can find micro apps to build. I will soon have a list of micro apps you can build, but I recommend start with the that website I just dropped, and that's a good place to go with for now. And then the Harry says, my issue is starting the conversation with the AI prompt. Is there a specific format I should use, like a cheat sheet? I'm going to be releasing content on that concept is called prompt engineering. Like it's the ideal way you make a prompt. So the ideal way you communicate with AI systems. So I'm going to be releasing a prompt engineering guide, the Harry, that I think will answer your question. There's a lot of content I have to release. I've been very busy. Seb, the AI kid, says, have not received emails with the prompts I've signed up for. Well, the emails might be going to spam or promo tabbing. I have not been as active on my newsletter Ingeniosity as I should be, just because I've been so busy. Seb, I sent out an email with the link to the live stream before we started from the Ingeniosity email. So to make sure it goes in your inbox, what I would do is find that email and then reply to it so that that's telling Gmail or whoever your email service provider is that you should be receiving my email. So go and reply to that email, and then you should get future emails.
Yeah. Oh, is that Seb from the challenge?
That is Seb. Yes, I was talking
Wow.
to he. Yes, Seb is a cool story. So he's 13 and he's building stuff with Buildy, and he calls himself the AI kid. So he's building stuff with Buildy and making content on TikTok.
Oh,
And
awesome, awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
love
doing a
your
good
work.
job.
I love your work,
Yeah.
Seb. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Let's show what. Remember earlier, I told it to make that section animated and really stand out. So watch what it did. How's that? Does that stand out?
I like that.
And if you mouse over it, they really jump around. So I don't recommend something quite this over the top, but just to demonstrate that, you can prompt Buildy to change anything. You can prompt it to add pages, take away pages, change things on the pages. So there you go.
All right. Let's see. There's a lot of engagement today. Awesome to see. From Whip Style, he says, with the voice agents, can you make them take orders, say pizza orders or something like that?
You could. It depends a little bit on how the restaurant wants to receive their orders. But it's possible, yes.
Awesome. All right. You should do a demo of them soon. I probably can't do them today, but it's such the voice agents are so cool. I think we should show those off soon.
Yeah, well, that's our next week. We're going to be showing the voice agents, the new website building tools, how to have a Buildy agency. We're going to be talking nonstop about all the agency stuff and some of the cool new releases coming to Buildy. So stay tuned. And I'm in school, by the way, approving everyone who wanted to get in. So everyone who has applied should be approved now. So I've been in here clicking approve over and over. So thanks everybody who joined the community. Glad to have you be part of our school.
So Shelly says the app she was building for, I'm assuming, Shelly, that's a paying customer. This person paid you to code for them. She says it's an order management system for a vendor who does memorial plaques for churches. That's so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to know, Shelly, if you don't mind talking to us privately. I'd love to know more about the backstory. Are you charging for your services and just generally how that's going? I'd love to hear more about what you're working on.
Yeah. So
maybe
Coach
there's
Cleve,
even a way we can team up and I can help you out. Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Cleve, because I asked him, what do you coach? He says, I help coaches and entrepreneurs write their passion project book in days rather than years using AI tools so they don't get left behind. That's awesome. I think
a quiz would be great for that, I think, as a lead gen. Yeah.
I just hearing more about your business, I think there's a lot of stuff you can build in Buildy. You might even be able to build custom software to help people with certain parts of the process. I've been working on software for Buildy users to help them come up with business ideas who do research. I can imagine there's some things you could probably build that your students would really like. So Marilyn says, can I build a website to help others with legal documents?
Help them with what was the last part?
Legal documents.
Legal documents. Sure. Yeah. No reason you couldn't do that. Yeah. Just now remember, one thing I'll caution you on is you want to, this isn't a limitation of Buildy. It's just some personal advice that make sure you have, if you're going to give legal advice in some way, or prepare specific legal documents, make sure your own legal due diligence that you have done that, right? So that you're able to legally do what you're trying to do, right? That part isn't on Buildy. It's not on me. You have to make sure you're, that you're okay with, the services that you're going to build. Buildy can build it, whether or not you can deliver it legally without a particular kind of a license or without being worried about legal liability. That's a whole other ball of wax. So make sure you do your own research there.
All right. Interesting. From Shelly, she says, I keep promising people in school that I will share my Buildy prompts. You can ask Buildy to give you a prompt at the end of the planning mode. I will post them. Shelly, please do that. That'd be awesome. There are a few super helpful people who are doing it just to be helpful and nice in our school community, who are answering questions. They're sharing their prompts. They're giving people business ideas. Shelly's one of them. Frank is another one of them too. I don't know, Frank, if you're still here.
Yeah, I think I saw him earlier, but I don't know. Frank,
he was here earlier.
Yeah.
But I want to find a way. I want to incentivize. I don't know whether it should be a contest or a leaderboard system, or we'll give you credits. I want to figure out a cool way to reward these awesome people who are, they're sharing tips and they're being very helpful. So, Shelly, thanks so much for being an active member of our community. That's awesome.
Yeah, any of our other school power users lurking out there, let us know in the chat. Just say hello.
Yeah. And Coach Cleve, yes, Frank's still here. Good. Awesome. Coach Cleve, I'm going to drop this link to the school again. Make sure you're in there. Yeah, we'd love to have you. You'd be a very valuable member of the community. All right. And then Elizabeth Horsley, I think she's one of them too. I recognize you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I want to make sure I lost my place. I want to make sure I'm going in. It's like it's a queue. I go in order. Make sure everyone.
So I see our school regulars chiming in there. So hello, everybody. Yeah, thanks for saying hello.
Yeah. All right. So there's one guy. He's on our mobile, on our vertical live stream. He's worried about. This is a valid concern. A lot of the vibe coders, he's worried about it not being secure, and he doesn't want to get hacked. What can you say about that?
Well, I would say this. Over the years, I have had human developers make me lots of software tools. Okay. And by the very nature, any code, whether written by AI or written by a human, is insecure. Okay. So we have been seeing, software engineers and developers doing it's like a PR campaign. And I understand, right? Like they don't want to be replaced by AI, and I don't think they will be, but I think some of them are, feeling the heat on that. And so there's some PR campaigns about how insecure AI code is. And I have not found this to be true. And again, after having, I have sold tens of millions of dollars worth of software tools written by humans over the years. And Buildy itself is written by humans. So I don't necessarily buy into that fact that AI code is always insecure. I've had lots and lots of human code that was wildly insecure. And as a non-technical person myself, I wouldn't know either way. So I just find it's not a big thing to worry about. I can tell you that Buildy AI, we take security incredibly seriously, and we will do everything we can to create for you secure code and secure apps. The other thing is the Buildy itself does not store things like credit card data, right? So if you have customers paying you, that's not on our servers. We do not host that stuff. That will live in your payment provider, which will be like giant companies like Stripe, for example, or PayPal, or whoever you're processing with. So that sensitive data is not stored on our servers. So that's another factor that might make you feel, more at ease. And it's just something that, I personally am not worried about. And that's my view on it.
Cool. All right. Thanks for addressing that. This is a good question. Can you build a social media scheduler?
You could. Yeah, that would be a little bit more of an advanced app because you'll have to use what are called APIs. So you'll have to go sign up on Facebook, for example, for a developer account, get approved, get what's called an API, which is stands for application programming interface, and this basically will give you instructions and a link that you share with Buildy. And then, yes, you could build a scheduler that can talk to Facebook and schedule, but it cannot do it unless you yourself go set up that, that connection on Facebook. So I hope that's clear, but that's how it works. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Well, you have 2 more videos to do. Did you want to do one?
Yeah, let's jump into the next thing. Let's jump into the next thing.
I love the engagement. There's so many really good questions, but I totally forgot we still have more content to do. I want to make sure we get through it.
I want to show everybody the quiz and how to do the quiz. I want to show a little bit more about some basics about how to use Buildy, and a couple of tips I'm going to give for vibe coding. So let's just move on and do that, and we'll come back. We'll do some more questions. So if we missed your question at this point, apologies that we didn't get to it. The chat's been moving kind of fast. You can re-ask it when we get back to Q&A in just a couple of minutes, and we'll do our best to take it up. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Just make sure there's nobody else. Oh, I got to do some more approvals over on school. Let me just do that real quick. Deborah, you're approved. Everybody else up till now is approved in school. So,
so while you get started on the next video, I gotta run and get some water, and I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Well, I am going to do this. Let's go with. We're gonna play a super quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with the next segment. And we're going to find which one is the first one we played, Nick. I think that's this one. Yeah, it is. Here we go. We'll be right back for Nick's break and my break, and then we'll be right back with more content on how to use Buildy.ai and how to make money with vibe coding. We'll see you in just a minute.
Your first business doesn't have to be complicated. That's because we're at the start of the AI revolution. Before, it could take months to launch a profitable business and start cash flowing. Now you can do it in as little as 1 weekend. History is littered with people who've built empires by seizing the moment. They jumped in at ground zero before the door slammed shut. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin in 2011. You'd be set for life. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, says, "We're at the dawn of a golden age of AI. And we've only begun to scratch the surface." Bezos made his billions riding the internet wave early. Now it's your turn to ride the AI tsunami to the bank. Thousands are about to cash in big time thanks to AI. But the burning question is, will you be one of them? Or will you be left in the dust? If you don't want to be left in the dust, then sign up for the Ingeniosity newsletter, where every week I'll hand you carefully researched blueprints that will help take your business from idea to income fast. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to level up, each blueprint is designed to cut through the noise and deliver actionable steps you can implement immediately, and I would know. Because I've been able to generate over $100 million in total revenue across my online businesses over the years. You'll get my hard-won $100 million insights delivered to your inbox every Friday. And the best part? It's 100% free. Join over 5,000 other founders and business builders and get your roadmap to unstoppable growth with the help of AI. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe.
Oh, I'm busy talking to myself again. I needed to unmute, but here I am, and we shall move on to the next video or the next bit of content. And we're going to be talking about Buildy.ai, and we're going to show you how to use the quiz feature to start out from nothing and walk away with a business. So we'll be going through that next. And then we're going to do a little bit of a little sneak inside view of Buildy, and I'm going to show you some best practices and how to get started using Buildy very efficiently. And there you go. Let me see here. I guess I'll start off with doing a quick little hook. Here you go. Many people come to me excited about the prospect of building a business with AI, but they get stuck, not just because of technical stuff and not knowing how to do tech, but sometimes they get stuck because of ideas. Maybe they don't know what to build. What features should they build? Do they need a website? Do they need a sales funnel, a store? And who should they be serving, right? What is their niche market that they're going to be making one of these businesses for? So what I'm going to do today is I will walk you through step by step exactly how to use a brand new feature of Buildy AI that will essentially guide you through the process. It will ask you very simple questions. You answer those questions, and at the end, it will pop out a business done for you. It's amazing. You don't need to know any code. You don't need to know anything technical. And if you like the business that it spits out for you, it can publish it to the web, and you're in business with one click. Launched, hosted, everything set up, everything deployed, and you can start making money the same day you fill out the quiz. So let's dive in and take a look at how to use this Buildy AI quiz to launch your next business. And I'm going to share my screen here. Let's get that going, and I'll do it like this. And we're going to, I'll minimize that too. Hopefully that works out okay like that. Now, I will link to this quiz down below. So you'll see in the comments down below a link to the quiz. And here, I'll do that right now with our live audience. Let me pop it in here. Paste. Go. Okay, so now the live audience has got it. I'm going to go ahead and pin that now. Pin. There we go. Awesome. And we shall continue. Now, this quiz is designed to help 3 different types of people in 3 different scenarios. So let's take a look here. First one is for those who already know what you want to build, you just select this one, and the process is quite simple. So I'm not going to walk through that too much, but this will guide you through making sure you've picked the right features and you have the basic information that Buildy needs to build your business. This one's really simple, really easy. This one is just a little bit more complicated. This is if you have an idea, but you kind of need a little bit of help working out the details. So if you're decided, oh, I want to make a fitness app to help people who go to my gym, right? If let's say you own a gym, or maybe you want to make an app to help people decide, what kind of mattress they should buy in your mattress store, whatever it might be. You got an idea, you just need help with the details. You select this one. This one is going to ask you a few more questions, and it will help guide you through to the point of being able to launch the business. What I'm going to show you today is this one. If you have no, okay, note for editor, we'll have to fix that one. So what I'm going to show you today is this here, which is if you have no idea where to start. And I'm going to show you this because it asks all the same questions that you'll get up here. You're going to have less questions asked when you know what you want to build, a few more when you have no idea, and you'll have the most amount of questions that the quiz is going to ask you if you have no clue where you want to start. And so I'll show you how to answer all of them, give you some examples, and walk you through the process. So we just click it, and that's going to get the process started. So make sure it may ask you for your name if you want. You don't need to put your email address in to get started, but you can pop your name in so Buildy can say hello and call you by name. Okay, and then once you've got your name in, we just go on. And we have the question here. Who would you like to help with your business? This is a big question. And this is really your niche market. And most people don't think about their niche market correctly. They think about a topic, like, oh, I want to go in the cryptocurrency niche. But what you should be thinking about is who are the people that you're going to serve. Don't tell Bill D you want to go in the cryptocurrency niche. Tell them about who the people are. Are they young Gen Z people who are interested in cryptocurrency and want to, want to dive in and embrace it? Are they people, in their 50s or older that are thinking about crypto for retirement? You really want to get clear on who you're going to help. And so you would just put that here. You can say, just like I answered, you could say people over 50, who want to use cryptocurrency for retirement. It could be whatever that answer is of the who, not the what, the who you want to serve. And if you're not sure, you need a little bit of guidance and help, just say, I'm not sure. Help me decide. And the next step, it's going to ask you, let's discover your ideal audience. And it's going to ask you, what topics or types of people do you enjoy? So notice here, we can start from nothing. We don't even have an idea about what our app is going to be. We don't know what niche it is. We don't know anything. So now Buildy's going to walk us through making those decisions. So what topics or types of people do you enjoy? So we're going to answer that. So I'll answer this in a very real way. So I'm going to say, I enjoy online marketing. I'm good at that. Well, that's not really, online marketing, entrepreneurs. I love helping entrepreneurs. That's my people. That's you. So I'm going to just answer this honestly. Entrepreneurs, people interested in natural health and longevity. Okay, I'll just go with these for now. I could put more, and I would fill this out. And I would say you want less than 10, more than 1, in the answer here. As you say, continue. And now AI is actually analyzing our answers, right? And it says here, based on your interests, here are some ideas. Pick the one that resonates most with you, okay? So now it's about picking who we're going to serve. So you just look through this list and pick the one that you feel good about. It's really that simple. You don't need to overanalyze it. Don't need to overthink it. You see the one that to you, you're like, oh, I like this one. Just pick it. So let's go through what it gave me. Creators selling natural health products who need to optimize their marketing, supplement brands that want to improve their products, health-focused newsletter writers, course creators, client onboarding, health-focused e-commerce brands who want to automate content and SEO assistance. And then, if you don't like them, which I'm not sure any of these resonate with me. So I'm going to just say, generate new options. And AI is going to go back to the drawing board and give me some more. Well, I like this one right here already. So there's one I like. But let's see if any of the others come through here. This one's kind of cool. Actually, this is kind of cool. I like this one too. Wow, this is a tough choice. There's 3 here that so I like this one. I like this one, and I like this one. I'm going to go with this. I'm just going to pick that one. And then, okay, so what problems can we help them solve? That's the question. And if you answered, earlier that you don't know, then you can say, I'm not sure. Help me decide. But if you have some ideas at this point, so it's like, okay, well, I'm going to help, biohackers track their fitness regimen. How can I help them with that? If I have some ideas, I would put them here. And if you don't have any ideas, no problem. You just say, I'm not sure. Help me decide. Okay. Now this is going to ask you, it's sort of probing a little bit to see if it can help you come up with ideas. And it's going to say, help us understand where biohackers seeking personalized habit and data tracking dashboards need support. Okay. What general area do you think we should help them with? So it's kind of probing from just a slightly different angle. And if you don't know, you could say, I'm not sure. If you know, answer. If you have an idea, even if your idea, is wacky and wild and maybe is not a good idea, put it in anyway. Just whatever idea comes to mind, or you can put it in here, right? So, or you can say, I'm not sure. So let's go here. And for this one, I'm going to say, they need an easy way to track how their supplement stack and lifestyle changes impact their overall health and well-being. Many try lots of supplements and techniques, but have no true idea if it helps them. Okay. This is kind of a community that I'm part of, so I know this to be true. All right. If you don't know, again, say you don't know. So let's start with that, and I'm going to say continue. Okay. Now, this is really important. AI is looking for problems that those people have and wants to help you solidify exactly how this business that you're about to build is going to help people, and what kind of problems could you help them solve. Okay. So there's this one. There's this one. All of these are kind of variations of the same problem. Let's see. I kind of like this one. Easy way to run personal experiments on lifestyle changes without complicated spreadsheets. I like that one. So I'm going to go with that. And again, you do not have to overanalyze this. Do not overthink it. Pick the one you like. It's just that simple. And then we're going to go continue. Okay. And then how do you feel we can help them? Right. And if you're not sure yet, again, you can say, I'm not sure. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, I'm not sure. And let's let the AI figure it out and see what that comes up with. And then we say, continue. We're getting close to the end. I'm just going to ask, what type of project should we build? And it could be an app, which is what I'm leaning towards here. I think that's probably the best way to help people. Could be a website, depending upon your earlier answers, a sales funnel or a landing page, an online shop, or something else. Okay. So again, the one you like, don't overthink it. The one that makes the most sense to you, that you just like the most. I kind of like the idea of having an app that helps people track this stuff, right? I think that's probably better than a website or a sales funnel selling something. So let's go with an app and say continue. And then it's asking for any other relevant information that we should pop in here. So this is like, if something occurred to you, you're like, oh, I forgot about X, oh, I wish I would have said this. This is your last chance to put in any other relevant information that you might want the AI to know, okay? Because it's going to go to an AI agent and it's going to do a lot of thinking to help you work out the perfect app, okay? So we'll say continue. And it is now doing its thing. Now, here are some business ideas we could build. Again, don't overthink it. Pick the one you like. Personal lifestyle experimentation platform. A/B testing dashboard, custom experiment builder. Let's say I like this one. Let's just go with that. And again, you don't like them? Well, you know what? Let's regenerate it. Let's see what other options it comes up with. You can just regenerate, and it's going to now come up with more business ideas. Okay. And a lot of these are going to be similar because of how specific I got earlier. Let's go. We'll go with that. Integrate my plan. Okay. So now Billy's going through all of your answers and trying to work out the perfect business to build for you. And we'll see here as it completes. There we go. We can learn a little bit more. So here are more details about what we've wanted to build. And Buildy has written its own prompt for you. So it's a self-writing, self-prompting tool. So we can see here, view build instructions. If we click that drop down, this is the prompt. So Buildy self-prompted itself based on your quiz. Okay. So this is the business. And we can take that and I could just simply go start building now. Okay. Now, if you have not created a Buildy account yet, it's going to guide you through the process of creating your account and choosing what level you want to sign up at. And you can build this for free, by the way. So you'll find that you can start for free and build this project for free, but it'll walk you through creating your account, choosing your membership level, and then we just go start building now. And there we go. It has submitted the prompt, and Buildy is now busy creating our app. And this process here can take a couple of minutes. So while it's doing that, we'll talk a little bit about what it's going to output. Okay. Now, Buildy can build many different things. As you saw, as I filled that out, if you need a website, it can build you that. If you need a sales funnel, it can build you that. If you need a store to sell your products in, it will build you that. If you want to build an app like I'm doing, it will build you that. And you have many, many different options of what it can build and deploy for you. And this goes far beyond just writing code. It is going to design you the color scheme. It's going to create the design. It's going to come up with the sales process, how it's going to persuade people to use or buy your product. It does all of the basic research and building of your business and then launches it to the web. And all of this is done with zero technical skills. And once it launches, assuming it comes out how you like, it's one click away from deploying your business to the web. It'll be fully hosted by Buildy. All the database is managed by Buildy. You know, sending in the emails that go out, like when people want to create a report and get an email notification, it handles that for you. We tried to make it so that you didn't have to think about any tech stuff at all. You could just get on with running your business and making profit. That's what the tool is designed to do. And now with this quiz, it's easier than ever to deploy your first business. And I can see Buildy is at work doing its thing. Let's take a quick look. So we can see here it is creating, this is creating the database. It's creating our theme and color theme for our app. And what's going to happen is over here on the right is where your preview of what your app is going to look like will appear as soon as it is done building. So we can see it is now creating different sections of our app and of our website. And we'll give it a minute. And again, this process, this build process, it varies a little bit. A very simple project can be done in, as little as 2 minutes. More complex, longer projects can take 5 minutes. I've even seen them take a little bit more than that. But one thing you should realize is what is being done right now as we were watching that is quite literally weeks worth of development work. This is what would have previously taken a human, who knows how many dozens of hours and weeks of work. And I can tell you this because over the years, the last 25 years, I've been selling software myself, human created software. And I've gone through this process many, many times. And it's a whole back and forth process of getting the developer to see your vision, create it, make sure the design is how you want it. Then usually they ship out, they send you a first draft. It's usually got bugs and problems. You then send it back. They then fix it. They then send it back to you. And you might have 2 or 3 rounds of going back and forth with your human developers. And then it's ready. And then they help you deploy it. And if you're building it yourself, then you have to worry about the database. You have to worry about the hosting. You have to deal with all of that stuff. And you got to pay your tech team to do that. And so that is the process that I have had to go through many, many, many times. And it's an expensive and time-consuming process. And it's all happening before my eyes as all of those things are being made and created. When it is done, it's quite literally weeks of work that are coming out. And let's go back and take a look. It's still making stuff. So right now it's creating a check-in page. It's making an AI analysis page where it's going to use AI to analyze your customers' results as they fill out the quiz. And it should be finishing soon. But you can see all of these things on this list are items that it is busy building and creating. And so it'll continue rolling those out, and we'll give it a moment to complete. And one thing we could do super quick too, Nick, while we're waiting for it, rather than me just jabbering away, I don't know if we have any on-topic questions, we could knock a couple of those out while we wait for it to build.
Yes. All right. Let me scroll back up. Let's see. You said just on topic. Okay. There's some I'll have to get back to that aren't on.
Yeah,
topic.
we'll go to open questions in just a moment. So
Okay.
just want to hopefully knock something out relevant while we're waiting.
Yeah. Well, in the quiz funnel, can you give it a URL to look at?
I have not tried that. You might be able to, like in the answers, the text box when you fill it in, say, hey, I want to do a thing like this. So. Maybe. I actually don't know if that was built to deal with URLs. That was a great question, though. I think that would be useful. I'll find out.
Awesome. And
that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, for anyone watching, the quiz, buildy.ai/quiz, it's 100% free. So if you wanted to try it out, it wouldn't cost you anything to give it a whirl. The other thing is, in regular Buildy, if you were to go and talk with Buildy and not do the quiz, you can give Buildy URLs. So that is something it can do. I just don't know if the quiz does it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the build when you're prompting Buildy in the text box, absolutely you can do that. As Nick said, I don't know if it's in the quiz. So here we go. It finished. So here is the business that it built for us, which it came up with the design, the color scheme, the copywriting and persuasion elements so that it will encourage people to get started. And so you can see, and by the way, like this image right here, this was made by AI. So this was custom made for you by AI. And you can see here, and you say, launch your first experiment. And here is the dashboard. So you can start an experiment. So if you're a biohacker and you're trying a new routine, maybe you're going to try a new supplement, like maybe you want to check out how glycine, which is an amino acid that people use for sleep as an example. So let's say you want to test out glycine affects your sleep. You would use this. So we can say, use this template. And then you write up the experiment details and you create the experiment, or you can get guidance from AI. Which is pretty cool. And then let's see if it gave us any. Okay, so we do have some placeholder active experiments. So here we go. Creatine supplementation test. That's another amino acid that people take. It's actually quite healthy, by the way. If you're not taking creatine, especially if you're 50 or over, you should be. But it's cheap and it makes a massive difference in health. Anyway, let's view the details of this experiment. Okay, so completed. Okay, this is a completed test. And then let's see if we go check in. Okay. Oh, okay, so these are running live experiments now. So this is, I actually did this experiment. How does mornings versus evening workouts affect me? This was a real life experiment that I personally did. And so we could do our daily check-in. So we did a 7 a.m. workout on this variation. So we could say our overall mood, our energy. This is what happened to me. Focus, maybe down a little. Sleep quality was probably about normal. Mood, blah. So that's what happened to me when I switched to morning workouts. And then say I had a headache. Submit check-in. Boom. Okay, now it's done. So this is a complete, ready to go business. And what you would do next is you would decide how you're going to make money with this business. The simplest way is you can do a free trial and then have people pay to continue to have access to the tool. You can do lead generation, where maybe you just want to gather leads to have a subscriber list and monetize that. You could go either direction. Or maybe you want to give this away for free to get leads to sell your other stuff. Maybe you could sell supplements if you have a supplement brand, or you want to do affiliate marketing. You could promote other people's supplements and get paid commissions, but you now have the tools in here to launch a business. The next step would be to tell Buildy how you want to make money with it so it can deploy that, and then you're in business. And then all you have to do is click publish right here. And then we're in business. Pretty amazing times where we can go from not having any idea at all, just knowing that we've got that hustle. We want to launch a business. We don't even know what kind of business. We can sit down with AI to help us do it, help us figure out what to launch, deploy it, and we're in business. Now, if you already have an idea, it makes it even faster. So it'll cut down the questions it asks you by more than half if you already know what you want to build, but it's still going to guide you through making sure that you don't leave any of the little missing pieces out that I often find people do. So it'll make sure that it collects the correct information and builds your business. And that's pretty awesome. So to access that, we'll drop the link to the quiz down in the comments below, and also the description of this where you're seeing this video. Or you can also just head over to buildy.ai/quiz. With that, we're going to be wrapping up. If you got value from this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want more content like this, subscribe. And on that note, we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Okay, I'm not going nowhere. That's just for the recording. And we'll do some Q&A. Oh, I do have one other thing to do, Nick. Let me do my Buildy basics. I think I should do that next, and then we'll do Q&A. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do a very quick. This is going to be like a 2-minute recording that we're going to show the basics of how to use Buildy. Okay, and in fact, I said I'm using my teleprompter. I just have some notes. Let me just grab my notes. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to open a new window here. And we'll get started. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you the basics of using Buildy.ai, a little bit of where everything is inside there, what features you need to know about, and how to get the fastest possible amazing results using Buildy AI. And we're going to dive into that right now. All right, let's do a little bit of screen sharing, and I'll show you here what this looks like. So this is the home page of Buildy AI, and you'll notice here that you can type in just natural English language. You can also attach images. For example, if you have images for a project you want to build, let's say you want to build a website, and you got 3 or 4 images you want it to use, you can attach those here. Also, we can put in links. So if you have a link to a website that you would like Buildy to kind of copy the design, you could do that too. Or maybe it's a link to a website where you wanted to read some instructions or read the content of a page. You can put that in here too. So what I like to do is find designs that I like, and I'll give them to Buildy and say, hey, I'd like you to design my page like this. And I'll put the link in there. But once we put in our description, attach any images we might want on our project, we can just hit the little arrow button right there, and it will begin building our project. Now, what other cool little feature is this right here, this little microphone? I'll show that in action right now. So you click that, you let it, it gives just a second. If you watch the animation, it'll take a second, and I've got my microphone right here to be able to read to Buildy and just speak my project to life. So here we go. Build me a website that is a long-form sales page that convinces people to pay money to sign up for a testing app that helps biohackers test supplements and lifestyle changes to verify that they improve their health and overall well-being. There we go. So now we're going to speak that project to life. And all we got to do is hit the little arrow button right there. Okay. Now this will launch Buildy and it will go to work. And you can also make changes. So the very first place that you're going to want to work on is this chat panel here. So this is where you communicate with Buildy in plain, simple English. You don't need to know any technical stuff at all to build any kind of project, websites, funnels, apps, stores, whatever. It'll build it all for you using plain, simple English. It'll host it and take care of all the tech stuff for you. So you can see it is jumped to life and it is busy building it. And we can talk here. So while Buildy's building, we won't be able to chat with it. But this is where we will keep communicating with it. Once it is done building, we can do a few rounds of changes by just talking to Buildy in a simple fashion. And by the way, you can drag this window, make it smaller or bigger. If you want to be able to see more in the window, you can do that easily. And then also you'll notice if you hold your mouse here, you can also drag up and down in the conversation history if you want to. Also, while you're continuing to talk to Buildy, there's also the microphone button again. So if you want to speak to Buildy as you make your edits, you can do that again with the microphone button there. One of the things I will show you is our visual editor. So it's a drag, drop, point and click simple editor. So you can change colors, edit text, and things like that. But we'll look at that as soon as it builds our project. And then, of course, you have your attach button here if you need to attach files that Buildy needs to read or images that it should be using in your designs. And all of this happens in this chat panel here. So changing your website, changing your pages, getting Buildy to do things with the database or any of the technical stuff, it all happens here by simply talking to Buildy. And we're going to let it finish here. So live audience, for my editor, you can clip this out, but live audience, we're going to let it finish the build, and then we're going to come back and continue the video. So Nick, I don't know if you want to cram a question in here. If there's a quick one, we can do that while we're waiting for Buildy to do its thing.
Sure. Someone had a question about how credits work.
Yeah, so each message that is sent from you to Buildy counts as a message credit. And then you'll notice there are different plans, and that's basically how the credits work. Separately, there are also what are called integration credits that are like, if your app is powered by AI, let's say it does AI analysis or it does AI image editing or AI image creation, any kind of AI powered features of the apps that you build, those use integration credits to operate. And you can see those also on the page with all of our plans and options. And by the way, you'll all notice that if you use the quiz or you sign up for the first time, you're going to have a limited window for the first 24 hours. We offer the option to take a free trial. So if you want to try out one of the more powerful versions of Buildy, you can do that for 10 days for free. That's actually an option, and that option is only available for 24 hours. Then it goes away. So if you want to try out one of the packages that have a lot more features and a lot more credits, you can do that and just take a free trial. Oh, it finished. Let's go back and pick it up from here. Oh, I'm going to yank you out of there. Okay, cool. Well, now you can see here that it finished. So it created the project that I asked it to. And that is I love that design. So this design was just all made by Buildy. And you can see here are the buttons here. I love this. And people in the biohacking niche that this is something that I think will resonate with them a lot. This is really good copy. Yeah, this is really good. So there we go. So now we have a really awesome sales page for our biohacking testing app. Now, I just did this as a quick demo. And so what I would like to do now, I'm going to move myself off to the side of the page. so I can show you the chat panel properly. So you'll see down here, you have the ability to attach files. So we could do that if I wanted to change an image or something. And then here's the visual editor that I was speaking about. So we can click the visual editor. And now as I mouse over, you'll notice it hovering over and selecting on certain things. So I can click that and now I can edit it. So I can actually edit this. Let me just type here, every single, right? So I can edit that. I can also, let's take the text and change it to a bold font instead of a plain font. We could change the color if we wanted to. Here, we'll make it really obnoxious. Oh, that's the background color. Well, that's pretty obnoxious. So then let's do green and gold. That'll be really, really very ugly, right? But if we wanted that, that's how simple it is to edit those things, okay? You can also use the chat to edit things as well. You could tell Buildy what you want to change about your project, what you like, what you don't like, and it will go to work modifying and changing. You can add pages, adjust your project, and you can do all of that in natural language right here in the chat. But we've been using the visual editor. Let's say we decide, you know what, this is ugly. I don't like it. So we could just say discard, and it'll verify we want to discard, and then poof, our changes are gone. So it's really simple to use. Now, once you are happy with the project, there's a really important thing you need to do. I see people sometimes getting confused with Buildy because you can get a preview link, as you noticed here. See right here, if I click that, it's going to open up a preview page of my design, okay? And I see people take this link right here, copy it, and then go share it with the world. And that's actually not what you want to do. That is actually a testing preview link, and it's not the final place that your app is going to live. So do not share that because it will break in the future. Instead, that's just for your preview, or if you want to show it to someone temporarily while you're working on your app, and you do not want to share that with the public in the future. What you would do when you're ready to publish your app is come up here to the top right where it says publish. You'll click that and publish it right here. So watch, if I hit publish, it is now deploying our app out to the world using our standard hosting environment, okay? So now there you go. It has now been deployed. And now your project lives on much more high performance servers that will last permanently, right? The other ones are temporary preview staging servers where projects go for testing. Now your project has been moved to our high performance production servers where you're going to get better performance, faster pages, and the project will continue to live there permanently. So make sure you publish your app and don't share your preview links with anyone until you've published your app, and then it will give you the permanent app, okay? So we can come up here. You'll know what's called a subdomain right here. So you can, now this, if we copy this, we can go to this page, and this becomes the permanent location for our app. Additionally, when you're ready to put your own domain name on it, maybe you don't want to use the domain we provided because and instead you want to register your own domain name. Well, then you come over here under the Manage tab. Click Manage, and there are many, many different options available. And what I want to do is focus in on the important stuff right now. First, we're going to come over here on the little globe. That is for your domain name, okay? So if you would like, you can point your own domain name. If you've already got a domain that you've registered on a registrar like Namecheap or GoDaddy or somewhere like that, you can point it at our servers and make it work with your project. And again, you will need to upgrade to a paid plan to get custom domains, but this is where you do that. Also, I recommend, for the simplest and easiest technical standpoint, is just to register your domain name with us here. So we would come in and let's come up with, I'm going to make something that I know is available. We're going to try biohackingtestapp.com. I sure hope that's available. Let's find out. Hey, it's available. Okay, so biohackingtestapp.com is available, and it's only $13.50 a year. We could click purchase, and then this domain name will be attached to our project and ready to be shown to the world. Now, I will tell you, there's a short little process you'll go through. You'll notice it can take up to 5 minutes while it registers and then verifies your domain name. And then once that is done, you want to click the publish button one more time, and that will publish it to your brand new domain name. And that's where you do that. Another couple of settings that you'll probably want to pay attention to is under the general app here. You can give your app a name. So we can say biohacking test app, and we can give our app an official name. Once you've done that, make sure you click Save Changes. And there are some more advanced features here that we're not going to talk about today. We're just going to talk about the simple ones that you need in order to deploy and launch your project. Now, one moment while I look at my notes. See, is there anything else I want to show in Manage? Yeah, I'll do a quick overview. Okay. Now, really quickly, I will show you what some of the other tabs under Manage are. So you have your general app settings here. And by the way, you can turn on what's called developer mode. This will enable you to have access to more technical features like your source code. So if you would like to look at your actual code, there you go. That's how you do that. You can actually edit your own code right here in line in the page. I don't recommend you do that unless you are a trained software developer, but you would have access to that here depending upon what level you are paying for your account. More advanced accounts have access to, paid accounts have access to edit their own code. And again, you may or may not want to do that. Also, when you turn on developer mode, Buildy will speak to you a little bit more technical because you're a developer, okay? Or you can turn that off and leave it the way most people should use it. Next up is the database tab. So in here is your database. So you can browse, search, export, and find all the data that's inside any database that is part of your project here, okay? An advanced feature is something called back-end functions. Now, this is advanced. This is something that only those who have a technical background are probably going to want to use, but it's something that, for example, you use back-end functions to connect payment providers. So let's say you're going to use Stripe or some other payment provider. That's done through a back-end function. This is custom code that lives on our servers. And here's where you manage them and enable them. Again, only paid plans access to this. Or let's say, for example, you're trying to connect your project that you built, and you want to connect it with a service like, I don't know, Zapier or Facebook or some other more advanced thing that has what's called an API. You would do that here with a backend function. Now, if all of those things sound confusing, you don't need to worry about this. It's completely unnecessary unless you know what you're looking for. And of course, we've got domains, which just helps you connect your domain, either pointing your existing domain or buying a new one. This is if you have a login process where you want users to log into your app, we provide authentication. So collecting email, password, and all the security that comes with keeping that, very secure. And then finally, we have integrations. And integrations are quick and simple ways to add functionality to your projects. We'll take a look and I'll show you an example. So let's say you use the Go High Level platform, for example. It's a quick integration to make it work with it. Or HubSpot, or Monday, or Slack, or Stripe, right? And many other integrations are available, but that's how you would add them is right here under the little puzzle piece there. And that is a wrap on Build, little edit here. And that is a wrap on Buildy itself. The final thing I really want to point you out to is that you should join our school community. If you are not already a school member, make sure you join. And in school, there are a lot of useful help and information here. And I recommend when you first join, there'll be an onboarding process where you can learn all about how to get started, how to become part of the community, and how to dive in and get help here. So this is a great place to come for inspiration, motivation, problem solving, things like that. It is not a customer support portal, but it's like, it's a support network. And we have thousands of Buildy users in here that are here and excited to help you with your journey using Buildy AI. One other thing is you'll notice in the classroom, you'll see, don't know what to build, start here. This is where you can get training. There's some special training only available here in school. So when you click this, it is a step-by-step lesson that will help you get started with Buildy beyond this quick tutorial. And that is in the classroom inside our school group. And with that, I am going to wrap this video up. So thank you very much for watching this quick tutorial. I look forward to seeing you inside school. I'm in here every day. I'll see you there. Okay. That get it, Nick? Did that get what you needed?
That was great. That was awesome.
Okay, cool. Then I think with that, we'll do our final round of Q&A. Still got a decent audience here, but I'm going to take a super quick lightning break just for a moment to sip some coffee and give my voice a rest for like 60 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And here, I'm going to queue up a little break from YouTube. Some of you may still be here after I do that. Some of you won't. Okay, so I just sent YouTube on a break. I'm going to drink some coffee, and Nick, I'll give you a moment to sort through questions, and we'll do some like lightning round, and we'll go to open Q&A too. So any questions, fair game, related or not.
All right.
And yeah, I can feel my voice muscles are weakening.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, just my voice gets tired after talking for hours in a row.
I bet.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and dive in. People should be back. We'll dive into your questions, and I do want to also remind you, by the way, that if you haven't subscribed yet, then definitely do that. If you're on YouTube, you'll see below a red button to subscribe, and you'll want to subscribe. Or if you're over on X, you can follow me on X as well. And we do this show every week, and we've got content that comes out constantly on. We're focusing on and launching businesses with AI, and so if that's interesting to you, make sure you're subscribed.
All right.
Fire away.
Question from Pete. It's a question for me. He says, could I show people your app, Nick, as I promote Buildy, showing what you can do? Oh, you're talking about atomic problems. Yes. Oh, yeah. Spread it far and wide. I would love that. And I think that's such a helpful resource. Pete and any of our other affiliates watching, use it. That is such a helpful resource for you guys. And, Bill just showed you guys the quiz. That's even more of a helpful resource. For all of our affiliates watching, you guys should get people going through that quiz. That would be a super, super helpful asset. And on this subject, if Pete, if you're still here, and if any of our other affiliates are still here, let me know what I'm as our head of growth and head of content, what could I make our affiliates to make your job easier? Like, is there a video or a guide or a cheat sheet? What can I make you guys that would make it easier for you guys to do your job and get more Buildy users? If there's anything I can make, let me know right now. And maybe I'll make it by the end of the month.
Cool. And by the way, those of you guys who are in school, I'm on the hunt. People love to spam school. It has been a chronic problem. So like Nick, whole team, we've got our trigger finger on the ban hammer, like this one right here. So if you see people in school trying to sell you stuff, or get you to go talk to them on WhatsApp or Telegram or chat with them directly, please report those. That is not per our terms. And here's an example of one. So I'm going to nuke this person right here, right now. Boom, boom, done. So don't spam our community. And if you're in the community, it's really annoying, I know, but report those if you see them. We'll take care of. We try to grab them as fast as we can, but if you see them before we do, definitely report those filthy spammers.
That would make my job a whole lot easier. All right, let me go back to where we need to be. Let's see.
Yeah, which is funny too. Some of their strategies, as you're finding your question there, Nick, many of them will try to impersonate our team. They'll actually they won't directly say they're on my team, but they'll insinuate it and they'll offer help. And then when you ask them to give you the help, they'll be like, hey, contact me on WhatsApp. Yeah. So if anybody's on my team, they are an admin of the group. So, which is I think it's easy to see who's an admin. I think you just hover over their name and you can see. But yeah, if they are not an admin of the group, then they are not authorized to have you go off into a private conversation and try to get you on WhatsApp.
Ready for the next one?
I am.
Andy says, can I use Buildy to create daily updating news content for an existing website? How?
Well, you can create daily updating news content. When you say for an existing website, not understanding exactly what you have in mind there, that part might not be possible. It can probably create the content and then have you copy and paste it into whatever tool you use to run your website. But it's not going to be able to go into your site that's not on our servers and put the information there. But you could have one that monitors the news and helps put together, content for you that you then go put on your other website. That would be easy to do.
Great. Here's a great question from Wesley. He says, when we make a Stripe account, what type of business should we make it with? A business account or just a regular savings account?
Well, if you have a business, right? So if you have an LLC or a corporation or whatever business entity you have, you would use that. If you don't, I believe you can sign up without specifying, without having an entity like that. And as far as a savings account, I don't know exactly what you're talking about there. Usually to get, it's whatever bank account you want the money to go into is what you would attach. So if you want the money to come out of Stripe and go into your savings account, then you would attach your savings account. If you'd rather it go in your checking, you attach your checking account. And I don't have any influence over Stripe or how Stripe works. It's just that's my understanding of it.
All right. Here's a great question. In the app, I'm looking to develop something that involves image analysis. Would Buildy be able to handle that?
It depends. When you say image analysis, I know, for example, somebody on our team, Louise on my team, built a bug analysis app. You can upload a picture of a bug, it will identify it, and then give you information about that bug. So there's an example of one. Now, there are some, really advanced image analysis apps that are probably too complex for Buildy. But so it does depend a little bit on what exactly you're trying to do. But next question. Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We have a pretty good audience here for as long as we've been on. So appreciate you all that have been hanging out with Nick and I. And we've been a little bit quiet here on YouTube for a while and trying to get reactivated and get our show back rolling again. So you're going to see a lot more content coming to us or coming to you from the channel. So keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you've subscribed. And definitely at this point, let's keep the conversation going off over in school. So if you haven't yet, join us in the school community. It's a great place. And And it's centered around Buildy and using the Buildy platform, but it's really about business building. And so it's a great place to go and talk about launching business, scaling your business, growing your business. Naturally, everyone's going to be talking about using Buildy to do it, but it's a community designed to help entrepreneurs just like you. So I hope to see you in the school group. And with that, is there anything else we need to cover today, Nick, before we wrap things up?
No, we're all good to go.
Oh, no, there is.
Oh, I'm guessing what it is. What is
something very, very important. I have a question for you.
What's your question?
Why can't you play basketball with pigs?
Why?
Because they hog the ball.
That was good. Earlier you had some really strong ones, so that was probably not as good as the other ones, but it was good.
Here's one more.
All right, let's hear it.
We'll end off on this one. If you're American when you go into the bathroom and American when you come out of the bathroom, what are you when you're in the bathroom?
I don't know.
European.
That's a good one.
Okay. I'm going to retire.
And on a good note. And on a good note.
Yeah, one more?
No. Let's end on the good note. Let's end on the good note.
Okay, got it. No more. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna retire the bad jokes. We'll put them back on the show. There we go. All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed my bad humor, and with that, we're gonna wrap things up today. Nick, what do you want to play us out with?
Let's do what is the runway one?
Which one is that one? Well, I'll leave that up to you. All right. Well, on that note, Nick, thank you for your help once again today. And everybody out there, so cool to hang out with you today. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more. Free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works, what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there.